What's that one called?
Hear ye, make way for the kings. The kings are here.
You think the bitches are great because you're fucking seasonal, nigga? You can't be seasonal. Niggas got this shit's 24 hours a day.
Kingz. You're listening to the Kingz Podcast with your hosts, Karizmatik, Irish ODonnell, and Moush.
Welcome to another quarantine installment of the Kingz Podcast. I am yours truly, Karizmatik.
What's up? I'm Irish O'Neill.
Moush.
And joining us today, my dude, the great Jae fucking Johnson, man. The Edward Marvin.
What's good?
What's up, Jay?
What's going on, man?
Not much. We've been excited to have you back on ever since you called in. I think it was a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago.
On
or so.
the Shannon episode.
Yeah, it was on the Shannon episode, and I was like, we got to get your boy back on here. He's saying some awesome, hilarious, wild shit. We gotta dive into this. I love it.
Yo,
Of course, man. I appreciate it.
Definitely, bro. I had to introduce, two of the coolest people I've met so far. Well, I'm sorry, 3 of the coolest people I've met so far. I had to bring y'all together because this is some harmonizing that needs to happen throughout the centuries, throughout the the coastal cities, throughout the the cerebrums, throughout the Maximilians. I'm making shit up at this point, nigga, but we connecting, nigga. We connecting. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of connecting, should we do plugs really quick?
Let's connect on a plug.
Let's connect on a plug. Yeah.
Ooh, Charismatic.
Yo, I'm your boy, Karizmatik. Warning, I might have gotten funnier. You can catch me at Karizmatik IPE on Facebook, Karizmatik_me on IG and Twitter. And you can catch me doing shit all over the internet because we can't leave the crib right now. But if you got booty, I like booty. See me.
Oh yeah, Ani Moush.
Ani_Moush on Instagram, Venmo, and now Twitter. I just made a Twitter because I was so bored. So
mushy.
Let's go. Follow me, and I'll follow you back. I don't give a shit. What else did I want to plug? Oh, I want to thank you, everybody who bought the Mother's Day boxes that I was making. They sold out. You guys came through. I'm going to make more. I'll post a bunch on my Instagram, but also go follow my Instagram for my Etsy store, by_Moush, and check out my Etsy store, by Moush. I'll be doing more fun stuff because I'm currently unemployed, so I'm just doing all kinds of art now.
Yo, buy her shit, yo.
Thank you. Graphics if you need it. I'm going to make CBD bath bombs. That's coming up. Father's Day boxes and more. That's what I got to plug.
If you like boxes, get in touch with her. She got boxes, okay?
For dates.
Yeah, different size box.
Why are you listening to this podcast if you don't like box?
You know what box
That's
is?
true.
Box is.
Multiple
Yes.
boxes.
There are many
That's
boxes in
true.
the sea.
Just frivolous boxes.
Many boxes.
They really are pretty.
Circular boxes.
I think they're fun, frivolous boxes, though. Everybody likes those. So.
Jae Johnson, you got anything you want to plug?
Not really, man. I appreciate you guys having me on. Definitely, if you want to, you can look me up at Edward Marvin on Instagram. That's it.
Get it. Yo, he's the realest person you've ever met. Link him on Instagram. Ask this nigga any question. I'm sure he'll answer it. Yo, he's real as fuck. I'm telling you.
We only fuck with real people.
Real
Yeah.
talk. I'm telling you. Like this nigga, he should be a comic too, yo. I'm telling you. Funny dude.
Guys, Instagram and Twitter, follow me at It's Irish O'Neill. Check out the STC podcast, Shit Talking Cunts. We go live every Sunday. Check out my band Dane Sleeve. Check out Dragonfire. Check out the Last Stand Podcast Network, where you can find awesome shows like STC, Kingz, Elliot from Boston, and many more coming.
True.
Also, shouting out to we've had a bunch of people reaching out and start using the studio for their podcast, so I'll give a little shout out to the Trash Conspiracy podcast with Aiden Jones.
Zayden!
And the Midlife ISIS podcast with Anjan.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and I kind of want to give out to, if you guys listened to our pre-show, I want to give out a shout out to Elos. Follow his music.
Oh, yeah.
Elos on
That's a bop.
YouTube. the track we were playing right before, the one I was fucking with so hard.
Bad Habits.
Bad
Habits, yo. Shit was, and Detached is hot too, but Bad Habits is my favorite right now.
Yeah.
Download that shit.
Dude, Elos is great.
You
He's
know?
come over here, recorded a couple tracks. We've been working together. He's fucking cool. Dude, kid can fucking rap.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
I also just want to plug just the Kingz Podcast on Instagram. Go follow and then subscribe to the network on YouTube, and also follow Dirty Dom _ comedy. Shout out to producer Dom. He's in the live chat, and that's it.
Hell yeah.
Word. So we'd like to hop right into the principles real quick. Let's get out of the way so we can get to Jay's stories because they good.
Hell yeah. The 3 principles. These are the 3 principles we always say that you guys need to get these ladies. It's really what you need to get anything in life, but we're talking about ladies, guys. That's what we're talking about getting. Whether it's, getting pussy, dating, it applies to both. And the first fucking principle is confidence. You need confidence to get these ladies. You can't be fucking Mr. Hey, I just wanted to say I thought you looked beautiful. No, that shit does not fucking work. You got to be confident. You got to be a guy that's selling something, and you got to believe in what you're selling. If you don't believe in what you're selling, why the fuck would they buy it from you? You ever go into a store and a salesman's like, I've gone into music stores, right? And I'm like, hey, what's the difference between this guitar and this one? And he's like, I don't know. Like, this one's green.
Useless.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, immediately I'm like, I'm not buying from you, dickhead. I'm not going to give you my business. But if a guy's like, well, you see, this one was crafted from fucking maple wood, and you can see they actually, the inlays they use. And when he puts in the work, when people put in the work like that, people recognize the professionalism in that. It applies to confidence.
This shit is funny because, yo, Jay, wouldn't you say confidence is basically what you run on?
Absolutely. 100%.
Yo, so Jay, what would you say, like, if you had to give pointers on like what your game is, what is your approach as far as like confidence goes? What do you do?
To be honest with you, it's exactly what your boy just said. Like, feel like I'm always selling myself, and I believe in myself. So if I'm talking to someone and I have that confidence, like, that wins them over, like, every single time. Because, like, you guys haven't seen me, but I'm not freaking Chris Hemsworth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's the thing, though.
He did in his life.
You see how confident he is, and honestly, that hits the second principle. You see how honest he was in that statement right there. You see what I'm saying?
That's what we like.
A lot of people get caught up in their appearance. No. Honesty and confidence get you that way. Yo, first be honest with yourself, and then be honest with them. Right, Jay?
Of course, honesty works 100%. Like, if you tell a girl, like, I want to smash, and she's like, you know what? I respect your honesty. Like, you're more often than get it if you lie to her and tell her.
That's so true.
Yeah.
And then you get it, and then you, like, dip out. Like, you're not getting that back again. You might have gotten it one time, but you're not getting it again.
And you know what? She might even say no, but at the very least, she might have planted the seed just in the mere fact that she's gonna go, well, you know what? That guy was fucking honest. It might take her fucking with another 2.
At home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speak from experience.
She might.
Like, she's home, she's thinking like, man, you know what? I just want someone to like come blow my backside real quick. So I don't want a relationship. And then she'd be like, yo, but that one guy did just say that's all he wants. Let me hit that guy up.
Facts.
So you're gonna come back for sure.
Well, and that's the thing too. Is the guys gotta understand is like with looks really aren't as important for guys. Like women are way more willing to overlook.
True.
I was doing another classic re-listen of Black Phillip the other day, and he's like, guys, I'm not dating no smart ugly bitch. He's like, they've got to be good looking. Like, if they're not good looking, I don't give a fuck about anything else. If they're not, at least my standard of what I want to date good looking enough, then like the rest of the shit doesn't matter to a guy. But women, they'll look past if you're ugly. Right. They'll look past if you're overweight, as long as you've got all the other parts of the
broke,
package.
Especially.
That's true.
And I mean, the way I hear Jay usually put it is, yo, I'm a dope dude.
Facts.
Period.
That's
Point
blank. That's a big fact. Like, I'm not even gonna split hairs this year. Like, I'm dope as fuck.
Yeah.
Yo.
That probably ties into our third principle too, which is social intelligence. So what we mean by that is like, just be interesting. Like, have something to say when you're approaching someone, anyone, not just like a female. Like, have hobbies. Like, have something that you're passionate about that you can talk about. Not just like, oh, let me just throw out some small talk or some stupid jokes or something like, you know what I mean? I mean, we always advocate for be funny. That's, our social intelligence to a certain degree.
Definitely.
But I mean, I think that always, when you're funny, that always works. At least it works on me.
Yo, Jay, how you hook 'em?
Pretty much exactly that. Because my thing is like, I have the confidence, I have the honesty part, and my thing, and my like thing where it's like interesting is that I love art. and I'm a gamer. So if you look at my Instagram, it's all art, game, and burger.
Word.
Like that's pretty much me. So like I have all three of those principles. So I guess without even like talking to you guys, I've been using that all my life. So I guess you guys just broke down how I got women. I appreciate it.
Well, and that's the thing. You can just the people listening at home. You can just hear the like Jay's not even trying to get bitches right now. But you can just hear the confidence, right? And
Yeah.
I don't want to presume, but like
There's at least 3 bitches watching that already looked at his Instagram.
right. Well, and this is the thing, right? Like
Right?
the way when I hear Jay talk, what I hear is Jay can't meet a bitch that's better than him.
Facts.
That's true.
Because who's better than you, Jay?
Fucking Jay and I are gonna take this show on the road.
Oh God. Me and then God is right above me. That's about it.
But I think this is a perfect segue because I think I remember you telling me through our time talking that like your relationship with your ex-wife basically broke up because her friends felt like you weren't good enough for her. You know what I mean? Basically,
Wait. Before we get into this story, I put a pin in that for 1 second. How'd you guys meet? For everyone who doesn't know.
Oh, okay.
Just want to set up who Jay is
me and my
because you
wife.
guys know each other. It's not just from the time that he called into the show, right?
Yeah, very true. Very
Yeah.
true. Jay, you want to start or should I?
Okay, so
He's like, I'm doing
So
it.
we met on MySpace.
On MySpace?
Yep.
How long have you guys fucking known each other?
He's joking.
Oh my God. I was like, damn, y'all go way back, huh? Wow.
No, me and Uke, we met Xbox gaming.
All right,
you know,
cool.
because that was my life at one point.
Yep.
But yeah, like funny story. Like a guy that I knew from school, we were like gaming one night, and he's like, "Yo, I got this guy I want you to meet." And I was positive that you guys are gonna hit it off. So I'm like, "Yo, I don't really like gaming with like randos, but like whatever,
Yeah.
I'm down." And
Oh my God.
I did the same thing.
And like he started talking, I'm like, "Yo, this dude is dope as shit." So then,
Yeah.
like, actually, me and him are closer than me and the guy that brought him in.
Facts. Yo, it's funny because like so the way I even met the dude that brought me into the like introduced me and Jay, I went to college. In college, I graduated from the college and then I ended up working back at that college over the summer. And one of the students there that was graduating, for some reason, he took a very stern liking to me. So he come into the office every day, and we talk. And like literally, he come into where I was working every day. We chat.
Okay.
So after a while, he's like, "Yo, you play Xbox?" I was like, "Yeah."
That's how you know it's real.
Yo, this is how nerds bond, okay?
Yeah.
Dude, my best friends and I, like, she'll be like, like, hey, what is something, blah, 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 and I'll be like, Dirty Mike's on. Sorry.
Oh yeah. No, I have no chance when
it's-
if somebody that he needs to game with is online.
But
I have
honestly,
no
like,
chance.
it's for guys, that time becomes our time's always, like I would say, our times are pussy. It becomes more precious the older we get because, you know, like, it's not like it was when I was a teenager where, like, got home from fucking high school at, like, 3 p.m.
Yeah.
And then it was like, I fucking never did my homework, but like Dirty Mike and we'd all hop, all the boys would all hop on.
Yeah.
And we'd have a full fucking Call of Duty lobby. It's like, let me
Yeah.
tell you, I can't tell you the last time that like
Yeah.
had a full Call of Duty lobby of like like it, you know what I mean? You're lucky if
Yeah,
you
but
get
I
two or
don't.
three
I don't give
guys
you
on.
shit if you want to do that because I know that's important.
That's a rarity. A lot of women fucking like, but they get a lot of guys get a lot of shit from their women.
Well,
about
that's because
video
like it's a
games.
Oh,
rare
yeah,
time.
for
It's
sure.
rare
Like,
when
the
like
way
all of
the-
your
the way
friends
the
are
dudes
on.
interact.
Hold on. What'd you say, Jay?
No, I'm saying a lot of women are like, they would be sitting next to you, not doing anything at all, like looking at the ceiling.
No, I have a life.
Well, a lot of them, you got to give them guidance. You got to give them guidance and options. They just fucking, they don't know what to do. They're just a robot without fucking programming and functionality.
Yeah, like there was a time where I just bought my girl an Xbox. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, all right, you game too.
he's teaching me how to like game and stuff.
Yeah. You want to spend time? You game too. Then we're all spending time
Yep.
together. Let's go.
That's fine.
Yo,
Anyways,
can we take the pin out of it?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah. Now that we know how you guys know each other, please continue.
Oh wait, no, I was finishing that, right? Oh no. So he introduced me to Jay online, and so we built that relationship. But
Very cool.
it was, but I go back to the X thing now, right?
Yeah.
All right. So
Go
like
for it.
basically we started up you guys just hit the point that nobody's better than you. But basically, you were married at one point, correct?
Yep.
And as I remember, she ended the marriage because her friends told her that she was better than you, or convinced her that she was better than you.
What the fuck?
Right, yeah. Like her cousins and stuff got into her head, and they're like, "Yo, you can do better." And
Now, what were they defining as
like,
better? Like
pretty
monetary,
much like,
job,
status-wise.
Oh, okay.
Like all of that, because like honestly, when I was married, I was I wasn't as popping as I am now. Let me put it that way. So like when I was married, I had an Instagram, but I had like maybe like 10 friends on there. I was all about my wife at the time, so like I wasn't social. I wasn't like talking to people, nothing like that. So I was like pretty much just like a hermit crab. I would go to work and I would go home. So like to her cousins and stuff, they were like, man, there's guys out here that's like popping and they're like, you know, doing all this crazy stuff, and your dude is just like doing nothing. So that's how she said, is like, yeah, you know what? You're like, compared to these other guys out here, like you're nothing. So that's pretty much how they convinced her.
Well, and that's such a goofy thing that women do, because it's like I don't know. Do you care what your woman does as long as she's she's good looking, has all her teeth, and she's not like a fucking drug addict or something like that? Like I don't care if my chick was a CV. Like,
if I didn't have teeth, that's kind of better, isn't it?
Worked at fucking.
They can gum that dick down.
Dom, is that better?
Like you know what I mean? I would never like there would never ever be an instance where my guy friends would come together and be like, Irish, you know, you got to leave your girl. She's a fucking loser. She's not doing anything with her life. It's like
in your dreams.
Is she hot and not gonna put me in jail or something like that? Like,
yep.
That's all that fucking matters to us. Like, we don't give a fuck about that.
Oh, you
shit.
ain't in jail yet.
Yo, but the best part,
right?
The best part about this whole Jay, tell them the best part about your ex breaking up with you. Do you know what I mean?
So,
where to begin?
No.
Like after that happened, like pretty much, I gained like a ton of confidence in myself, and like shit just skyrocketed. So what happened was, all those people that convinced her that I wasn't shit, she wanted to like go party with them because they were all single.
Oh, fuck.
So the
Of
minute we
course.
broke up or whatever, they all got married. And now she's the one that's out here just like trying to find a good dude. So like it's totally flipped. So like now everyone that was like, yo, we're at this party, we're having a good time. They're all now like, yo, I can't hang out because like my husband is home or something like that. So she's like, I guess like.
Yo, but Jay,
sounds familiar.
Doesn't she still come through sometimes?
But she used to, but I put a stop to that.
See, bro, even
like,
he put a stop to
that. That was because I wanted to show her, like, listen, you left because you thought like I was not popping, but every dude that you've been with, like you've left them, or like you cheated on them,
and she's still basically with you.
You know what it is? It's the fucking classic Patrice shark penguin thing. You were a shark. She's a female shark. She got tired of dealing with your shark bullshit, so she went and fucked with a couple of penguins. She played around with a bunch of penguins that's her fucking food that she could eat and play around with. And then she's like, you know, I could kill you at any moment. And then she got tired of that shit, and she wants to come back to you. And it's like, yeah, okay, you done with your bullshit? Well, now it's back to shark business, bitch. Take it or leave it.
Right. And my thing is, like, after you did that to me, like, I have no respect for you. Like, I'm never getting back with you.
Yo,
but I will smash. I don't have no issue.
And you have to put that foot down.
You heard him there? But I will smash. He was smashing still. My dude was still smashing.
It's like, hey, dick, I'll give you dick all day. That's all this is. Once dick's done, bye. Get the fuck out.
You left me because you're better than me, but yet you're still on my dick. I have to cut you off.
Running back, bro.
Facts. It's because they're goofy.
It's familiar dick.
It doesn't matter. You
guys like strange pussy and girls like familiar dick.
Then you should have probably knew that before you broke up.
I know. I'm just giving a reason. I'm not saying
like,
it's right.
You have like all these better guys or whatever. Like, why is it you still here in my lineup?
Well, you know,
like
when you know what it is.
Where your roster at now, huh?
She's mad at me now.
Hold on. What'd you say?
Right?
Wait, say that again.
She's currently mad at me right now. Like, she's flipping me the bird. Like, she messages me every now and then, like, flips me the bird. Because like she called me one day and I didn't pick up. And then like she called me back one day because I post because I have a girlfriend now. So I post her on my Instagram. So she started back and she's like, "Yo, do you have a girlfriend?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh wow, bye, and then she hung out.
Why you mad?
Bird off just like random messages. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like, bitch, what did you think?
Fucking
was
asked for that shit.
See what I'm saying? Like,
It's true. I would have said the same thing if it was reversed.
and listen to what he said at the beginning. He said, "I'm no fucking which actor did he reference? I don't know. He said some good-looking actor or some
I
shit,
did
right?
laugh at it, whatever you
He
said.
said some good-looking actor. He said, "I'm not that." So, Chris Hemsworth, right?
Yeah.
But yo,
Yeah.
she keeps coming back. So yet she broke up with him because he wasn't good enough. But yet he was too good.
Because you know what it
That's
is?
how my exes be like sometimes.
You can never control a woman's body, but you can control their mind because they give you their mind freely. That's not like something you can just like. Like it sounds like nefarious, like mind control, but it's like no. If a chick's buying what you're selling enough, she will follow you. Like this is the problem. A lot of women, like I've seen a lot of women recently. Like there's one I know who was like, oh well. Maybe that's my problem because I know I can't meet a man better than me. And I just like as a joke in my head, I go, wait, so I'm sorry, you're better than Obama? Just like throwing a random name out there. It's like, you're better. It's like, okay, well, you're not. Obama's better than you. So there's at least one man that's better than you. I don't know who invented the fucking cure for XYZ.
Let me just say this real quick. I love this. A black guy referencing white guys. A white guy referencing black guys. This is what America was made to be, guys.
2020.
Guys,
it's not a bad year.
Look,
if y'all don't know, Jay's black. If you can't tell from his voice, Jay's very black. Okay.
Look, this is the problem with racism in America. It's not white or black. It's white women.
What'd you say, Jay?
Now I'm black with a Q-U-E. I'm not even a regular PK.
You're two-tone? What?
No, I said I'm black with a Q-U-E. I think BLAQUE.
So he's black quick. Black quick. I like that. I like black quick.
I wish we named the episode that.
Yeah, we can. Black quick. I wish I could say it.
Yeah, we can retcon it to that.
Okay. Amazing.
No, look, obviously the problem is white women. They ruin everything.
Oh God.
Oh, and Jay has a type. Jay like them Latinas.
Ooh.
Spicy.
I did. Let's see. Do I want to tell this story? Yeah, why not? I did the most.
Is there any way we can turn him up?
Yeah, I can turn him up a little bit. I did the most piece of shit move. Okay, wait. What? Can you guys is it easy for you guys to think of like one of the most piece of shit moves? Okay, let me just get your judging on this. I don't think this was a piece of shit move. So there was a night where I hooked up with this one chick, and it was like the last Latina chick I hooked up with. And I pulled a 2 for that night, and I'll explain. So I fucked this Latina chick. The condom broke. And
Oh,
so
no!
I was like, listen, the condom broke, so like, I'm gonna need you to take some Plan B. And she was real chill about it. She was like, oh, shit happens, no worries. She's like, if you don't mind paying for it, I'll take it. And I was like, word, good to go. So she left. I was chilling, and about an hour later, this other chick hit me up, and this was the night. Okay, remember the night I told you the story about the chick that fucking raped me?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I had to pause because I always like in my brain I'm like, I'm always like, is it rape? Technically, it's rape. I'll just go back to like I always say it was technically rape. Anyways, the night that happened after I threw her off and stuff, upon her leaving, I was like, and bitch, you're gonna have to take some Plan B. Because she fucking was. I woke up to this bitch riding me in the middle of the night, no condom and stuff. I threw her off me, and so I fucked 2 chicks in one night and made both of them take Plan B.
I mean, you took precautions, man.
Yeah, you did take precaution.
Hey,
I mean,
easiest $100 I've ever spent.
That's cheaper than child support, so I support your decision.
Not cheaper
As
than
your
a
current
condom.
girlfriend, I support your decision.
not cheaper than a condom, though.
Definitely.
All right.
You know what? It's fine.
I work at a retail store, and people buy way more Plan B than they buy condoms.
really
It's
do.
the only piece of shit part, like quote unquote, is that it happened in the same night. And that's just because you said it that way. But if you told it as 2 separate stories, it would be fine.
Yeah.
But like whatever, that's your life. That's how your stories always go. Like, everyone just thinks you're a piece of shit no matter what comes out of your mouth.
It's the other reason I also go, I was technically raped, because when you have the full story and it's like, oh, I got 2 different pussy in the same night and stuff, it's like,
That doesn't make it.
One wasn't consenting.
I mean,
the-
we're not
the later
saying we
time that
don't.
it happened,
We're
it's
not
like-
saying
Does that
we
make it
feel
any
bad
less
for
rapey?
you.
No, but I still like.
Nobody feels bad for you.
Well, that's the thing, and nobody probably should.
It doesn't make it
I'm
any
not
less
good at
rapey.
Like I would not.
Wait, Jay, what'd you say?
I said I don't feel bad for him at all.
Yeah,
No.
see?
Yeah.
So
But
that's
but still, it doesn't make it any less rapey.
I mean, it happened, but no one feels bad for you.
yeah. I'm a victim, almost, kinda.
Yeah, maybe about that, but I don't feel bad that you got like too strange in one night.
Yeah.
Yo,
Whatever.
I don't. Yeah.
So I mean, within this evolution of Jay, when did you Because I remember that you ran into some like
This is the greatest podcast.
some like Tex-Mex girl down in
Yeah,
how'd you end up dating her?
Tex-Mex, like a fucking
So
restaurant.
that was also a MySpace thing.
No, he's just a
man, I had
fucking
the
mice.
best time on MySpace. That's all I'm gonna say.
Jay was the MySpace
Well,
pussy
yeah,
Van Helsing.
Runs that block, dude. He runs the
I-
MySpace block.
But see, that just tells you like how far back like I gained this confidence thanks to Radio Shack. Shout out Radio Shack one time.
Shout
Well,
out.
yeah, like definitely. That's where I got my confidence at because I had to sell, and I was like, when I realized that I wasn't selling shit that like didn't make any sense at all, but because I believed in it and I sold it, I'm like, yo, if I apply that shit to myself, I'd be unstoppable, and that's exactly what happened. So that's how we met. We linked up. He was, I think, married but like separated. But I mean, I didn't really know what the ramifications were. But that's how I met her.
Okay.
Okay.
Huh. So I mean, how did you? Because you ended up dating her for a very long time. How did you keep that going at such a long distance?
We used to see each other like every 3 months. So every 3 months, either she'd come here or I'd go there, and that's what we did. Like, you know, it worked at the time because I was working, she was working, she had kids she had to take care of. So like, it didn't really seem
Were
like
you
there
guys
was a lot of time
monogamous?
between them before each other. All right, so
That's a great question.
I love this motherfucker.
okay, so I mean,
Oh my
I was in between.
Also, did everyone
people,
else
but,
just
like,
hear him
never, like,
laugh
hooking up with them.
exactly like Karizmatik?
Yeah.
All right, black guys do sometimes laugh the same.
The last little tail and laugh he did, I was like, that was Charismatic.
It was like an echo.
So no, I was like messaging people, but we never like hooked up or like met up or anything like that. She wasn't faithful though, like not in the slightest. So yeah, she said it was because she couldn't help it. I guess it was like a sickness. I don't know.
Dude, some chicks are like that. I've hooked up with chicks like that. I hooked up with there was one Asian chick I was hooking up with for a while, and then you remember the one I showed you the crazy videos of?
Yo,
Yeah, that
Yo.
one. That is some wild shit,
yo,
right?
Irish is yo. If you need any courses in BDSM, Irish got you, dog. He got swords and shit. This nigga gonna strap you in a dungeon and fucking torture your ass, man.
This chick just enjoyed being degraded and punished and shit. It was tremendous.
It's fun. It's funny
shit.
your last meeting
Hilarious.
with her though. Your last meeting with her is hilarious because like basically, do you even want to cover that? Because like she basically got degraded so much she was just like, I'm going home. Like,
is that the time I made her eat my ass?
Yeah,
Oh,
then you made her- yeah.
So it got because it got to a point right where I was like, she was like, yeah, I'll just like do anything. You just might have to like make me do it because I'm kind of shy, which was like, oh, sick. And then and so I was like, all right, I'm gonna call this bitch's bluff. And I was like, you ever eat ass before? And she was like, no. She's like, no. She's like, no, I've never done that. But she's like, I don't know. You might. She's like, maybe if you make me and stuff. And then I called her bluff. I made her do it.
He
She
broke
ate
the
my ass,
bitch. He
and-
broke her.
And I giggled so much. I couldn't stop giggling. I don't know if you've had your ass eaten. It is the most giggle-inducing.
It's quite
thing
joyous.
Ever.
It's quite joyous.
I
I there's some women. I was arguing with some women. They're like, I'll never let him eat my ass. I was like, what the fuck are you saying?
I wouldn't say
wait,
I giggle.
wait, I love that
do
too.
not.
I let him eat my ass. It's like, you let me give you pleasure. Fuck you,
Like,
bitch.
Like, the hell? What do you mean? That doesn't even make sense to me, man. Like, why
Like-
would you say no to that? Like,
I think I heard Dante say that on a podcast the other day. He's like, you hear women say that sometimes. They're like, I let him eat my pussy. He's like, oh, you let me eat your pussy. You let me give you pleasure and joy. Oh, how gracious of you for me to give you. I've got my neck is all fucking janked up and hurting. My hands cramping, giving you pleasure. And I'm so thankful that you let me do that to you.
Yo.
Fucking
Then you let
bitch.
me do it. That's
Yo,
funny.
I've actually like you guys. This is actually quite interesting. I think personally. Let me know what y'all think. I've had several discussions with women about eating pussy.
In what manner?
Is it easier to eat pussy or to suck dick? I've had that discussion with several women, and by the end of the discussion,
easier to eat pussy.
I would think.
That's what most.
I would think suck dick, assuming that they're not retarded and know how to like keep their teeth from being a factor.
Yeah.
I would think that it's easier to make a person come from sucking dick than eating pussy.
No,
I
it's
don't
not
know,
easier.
dude.
Easier to do, not to make cum, just to do in general.
Do in general.
Yes. And Jay,
I would still agree.
Jay, do you remember the reasoning for it?
Because the pussy's at such an awkward angle that there's only so many specific positions and places you can do it where it
It's
can
the
be
same thing with sucking dick.
Hold on. So like I use the same explanation to explain to Jay why eating ass for me is like it's more enjoyable. You know what I mean? Jay, do you want to give them the same reasoning? Because with this reasoning, every woman was like, "Dang, you win."
Okay.
Okay, hit me with it.
But like dead ass, bro, you've changed my life forever in that respect. So pretty much what he was telling me is that like pretty much when you eat vagina, it's like you're just eating mucus.
Eating what?
Mucus.
Mucus.
Yeah.
Mucus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys constantly it's constant mucus. So like
do you know
we
how
choke on it,
Yeah.
it like fills our throat, we bubble it and all that shit. Like
know
you
how
guys
nasty-
just suck skin. Just skin.
Dude.
Until we come, it's just skin. And when you guys come, it's like a
Are you
wave of
fucking
mucus.
serious?
Yes,
No, I
absolutely.
disagree.
Then why? Tell
I
us why.
disagree. I'm not.
What do you-
No,
what do
I'm
you
not
mean- what do
talking
you mean-
about that
what do you mean-
live.
wait, hold on.
fucking
No.
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 Hold on.
Listen to what he said.
Okay,
What do you
I'll
mean,
listen.
What do you mean you disagree?
I
It's not mucus? Is that what you're saying?
no. That's not. I
So
I
what do
agree
you
with that.
mean
One
you
thing-
disagree?
Okay.
He said before a dude comes. So remove a dude come from the situation. What do you have to deal with that's other than your spit and our skin?
Not choking and
We
pre-cum?
can
But-
choke on that. We can
but-
choke too. We
We can joke too, but our dick isn't producing something while you're sucking it.
And then producing more when you come.
Yeah, but you have to keep like enough saliva and like enough like lubrication, like it's constant on your end, like you have to.
And we
produce-
constantly
and
either
not
have to
choke.
push the mucus out the way or swallow it. Like-
which
like-
makes for some raunchy spit sounds.
Yeah, it
Where
makes
you're
just some.
like I've had ones where understand.
It's the same as.
Understand what I'm
have
saying?
you ever like?
I don't
pulled
know.
mucus
I
from
see your point.
like-
I see your point.
like
and I've never eaten a pussy before.
Have you
so
ever hacked a
I,
loogie?
Yeah.
You've eaten pussy.
Okay.
It's the same feeling.
Like,
The mucus
I
is
can
the
only
same feeling.
I can only convey
I don't
it in that,
know.
like
Maybe it's just the
I
way I
love
suck dick. I don't know.
I love eating pussy.
Yeah.
And I've legit like after eating pussy before when you go to have that spit, I've almost like gagged myself like trying to get the mucus out.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
We're not saying we don't like it. We enjoy women. We enjoy it.
Yeah.
But like there are easier things. Yeah. But like if we're getting into debate which one is harder to do, like how about I throw a whole bunch of whatever
I don't
mucus
know.
I can produce into your mouth and you see how
I'll give
you
you
do
this. I'll give you a compromise. Maybe it's easier, but giving a good blowjob is harder.
Well, but you know what?
Then giving a good, then eating good pussy.
I
What?
think so.
Whoa,
the
I
fuck-
think every woman would
Wait,
disagree
wait,
with that.
I could shut it down. I'm so sorry. I can't remember the comic who has this bit, but his bit puts this down. It's if I put a gun to your head
Yeah.
and there's a dick and a pussy in front of you.
Yes.
And I go, you've got to make one of them come. Your life depends on it.
Okay. Yeah. Fine. Then yeah,
He
but
won.
that's not what we were talking about. We weren't talking about coming. We're saying the ease or difficulty
If I told you had to make
of
one of them
doing the action.
If I told you had to make
We
one
didn't
of them
say
come,
come.
If I told you you had to make one of them come within 5 minutes, which one would you choose?
That's a different question, but I
What-
would say dick.
Okay. But
Oh, you still say dick.
but-
Okay.
But
so
you said, okay, but you're saying that the argument is about we're saying which one is good, not necessarily come.
Easier.
Which is easier. Okay.
wouldn't
well,
that
What's
result in
easier?
result in coming?
If it's
No,
if it's
well,
an
that wasn't the
easier,
question.
If it's easier for you to use that orifice or apparatus, then in theory you're gonna do a better job and make them come quicker.
Yes.
So it's like it's all connected.
Yes.
While we're not necessarily.
I see what you're saying, but
A
okay,
vagina is more
let's move
intricate
on.
than a fucking dick. Let's just start with that. It's more
Okay.
intricate than a dick. So
Okay.
with that intricacy comes a level of hardness. It's more difficult.
Okay.
There's a lot more to learn about a vagina before you get good at it.
All
'Cause
right.
You have to learn.
With that argument, I will agree.
Yeah.
All right.
Dicks are
Let's
very
move
fucking
on.
simple. Let's flick the head,
Like I've never sucked.
What other notes
I've
do we
never
have
sucked
here?
a dick, and I'm confident that I could probably knock that out of the park in less tries than how long it took figuring out how to eat pussy.
Agreed.
Okay, next question.
We haven't heard from Jay in a little
You
while.
love trying to move on.
Do we
Hold
want
on,
to?
hold on. I want to hear Jay's opinion on that shit. Like, we haven't heard from him in a little while. Jay?
On what? Which is easier?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sucking dick, so naturally I will say it. Naturally I'll be like, but I'm actually really good at eating pussy. Like I'm super good at it. So
I'm amazing at
well,
it.
okay,
That wasn't the discussion though. All right. So with you, it's eating pussy or ass. The same revelation you had that time, has it changed?
I'm a lot more open
There you
to
go.
eating ass now because of that revelation, but I haven't done it yet.
Dude, it's hard to find. Some girls are into it, some are not into it. I ate a chick's ass one time and she started crying, and it was not a fun time.
Oh wow!
And not I'm not talking a cry like she had an epiphanous moment for getting her ass.
But a
in.
cry like she had a fart that she was holding.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yo.
Damn! Shout out to that chick.
Grab it, man.
Oh man.
Big show.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
sorry
I
he made
enjoyed
you
that. I
cry,
enjoyed
but
that.
you're not the
Soldier.
first nor last.
She's like, I really have to fart, but his tongue's in my asshole.
Come on, I'll fish it out.
Come
Yeah.
here, fart, fart. Come here, fart, fart.
Ew, you guys are gross. Wait, do you want to do hoes at different area codes or your current girl?
Yo, Jay, let's do Jay's current situation.
Okay, let's do it.
How'd you run into the girl right now?
Bumble.
Okay.
Really, I've never had
Wow.
any luck on that app, dude.
Me either.
Irish, look at you.
No, but I kill it on the other app.
Exactly.
Bumble, but even
Bumble, they're looking for a wholesome man.
fair. That's
But you
fair.
know what, bro? It's not even. You know why we men
So
don't have
true.
a lot of luck on Bumble? Because Bumble was curated and made for women.
Yup.
Yeah, it gives them
Like,
the power.
And with the shit you say, Bumble
Yeah, exactly.
rejected your shit.
Like, literally,
I don't even get a chance to say it to
Bumble
them.
used to work for Tinder.
Exactly.
Yeah. I can't even imagine what was in your bio.
I am better than you. Fuck this.
No,
Yeah.
no. I don't.
Some Patrice quote,
I don't
like
lead with any of that.
something Louis J. Gomez.
The only place I've ever mentioned Patrice is
See,
is
this
on,
motherfucker.
the only place ever I mentioned it was, and it's the place I killed it the most, was on Tinder, and it was for school. I put Patrice O'Neal's School of Being a Soldier,
Wow.
and that I mean, no one ever referenced it, but that's the only place that's the most I never put any of my fucking philosophy shit in the profile. Fuck no. That comes off real bad unless I do it in person.
Yes.
Like over text, it doesn't work. That's why I try to keep it to like real quick, like all right, you want to go get drinks? I gotta be in person for the charm to work.
Yeah.
I am a fucking asshole
Makes
over
sense.
text.
I know.
So Jay, how long did it take you did it take her to hit you up after joining Bumble?
So, I don't know if you know, but Bumble gives you 24 hours for the girl to hit the guy. Otherwise, it expires when it goes away, and like that's it. You can't meet her again. So like we maxed or whatever, and I think she hit me up when we had maybe an hour left, and like she just sent me a message, and like of course I'm opposite, so I'm really good on text. Like I'm freaking like I have a silver tongue, as people always tell me. So like I know how to put thought into words. So like I messaged her, and then even she'll tell you to the day, she's like, "Yo, you were really smooth." Cause like she was going back to the message the other night. She's like, "Yo, you were really smooth," and I was like, "Yeah, I know." So like I messaged her, we exchanged numbers or whatever, and we started talking, and I met her the same day quarantine started over here in Florida.
Damn.
Have you got any
So, like,
quarantine puss? Have you
like,
got any
literally-
quarantine puss?
Oh yeah,
Oh
tons,
yes.
Fuck yeah,
tons.
Yes.
So
Nothing
So
better.
like yeah, she
Quarantine
hit me up,
puss.
we started
Oh.
FaceTiming or whatever. We were talking, and then she's like, "Yo, that ass, like I can't wait till quarantine's over. I'm coming over." So I was like, "Yo,
Why wait?
I'm not gonna stop you." Right? So she came over, and the rest is history. We've been dating for like 2 months now.
Oh, you smashed it into Smash City, huh?
Wow.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah.
It's quarantine now, like if she, and of course, like since then we
Yeah.
both. like,
You were
Bumble
sitting there
and
like
shit.
quarantine
So,
this
like-
dick, bitch. You know what I'm saying, right?
Dude,
Like I want to add like I want to ask you and Jake, the guys, a question because like this is something I was just thinking about in regards to that, where it's like when it like started clicking for you, and like the only way I can really describe it is like if you've seen The Matrix, and when he like starts seeing the fucking Matrix actually like overlaying and shit, when everything starts clicking and you just start, I don't want to say like realizing how easy it is to get women, but there's just something that happens where it just like you legitimately don't have to try anymore. Like, how hard do you find it is to like keep yourself from letting that power corrupt you? Because I find like that's like one of the hardest battles.
My God,
because
bro.
it's so right. It's so easy to just fucking
so
blah 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 and be like a corrupt it's the quickest route to being dishonest is the power goes to your head and you're just like, oh, I can just fucking ram through and fuck whatever and do whatever.
I'm glad you put that energy towards the video games and not me.
Y'all know me. I mean, coming from the female side of the fence, you know, like it's been very, very easy for me to keep that in control.
That's wild.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
It's been quite easy. Like if I like, I'm just gonna feel it.
You're
out.
not frothing at the mouth?
Nah. I froth at the cheeks, but like,
that might be rabies or something.
Man, I don't know, it might be something. You know what
Ass
I mean?
rabies.
But no, like honestly, like no, I enjoy looking, but after that, like if I can tell that you're not really into me, I'm not gonna work the magic on you. Like
no, but I'm talking like what, like you, not even something you have to work the magic on. It's just like oh, this is done deal. Like
you just already know what's gonna happen.
Like okay, like I know it fell through, but like the fucking orgy story I've told before, where it's like it literally was me getting out of an Uber, taking 3 steps, leaning against the building, and a chick came up and started talking to me, and then I was like 20 minutes later making out with her on the dance floor. Like where in my head the whole time it's happening, I'm giggling, going like, bruh, it can't be this fucking easy. And I know that sounds like arrogant to say, but like in my head while it's happening, I'm like, what is happening?
I told you recently how like I that same person is still following me, and like Jay,
why don't you just give her some dick?
You see what I'm saying? Like
Just
it's very easy for me to control it. I don't know why. Like I just don't want to. Like she don't get like she's not like you got to entice me. You got to entice me. Like I'm not like women think
you're
all
not
men
about
just,
the chase. You specifically.
Me, I do want exactly. I do want to know that.
You know what I mean?
Knowing the person wants me. You know what I'm saying? And she definitely wants me. But at the same time,
that's why it surprises me that you're not into it.
That's not the only qualifier, though.
Yeah.
I do have boxes for you to tick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to entice me at some point. She hasn't made my dick hard once.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's a must.
What would it take? I'm curious. What would it take for her to make your dick hard?
Well, and if she's just a fuck piece, why does she need to tick so many boxes?
You just have to tick for fuck piece. You got to make my dick hard at least to get a fuck.
Wait.
Piece,
I want it.
Okay, yeah.
One question at a time.
What was your question?
What would it take for her, like for you, to like get your dick hard?
That's the thing that we were saying. Like women are better than men. Like in that regard, like a guy could talk his way up and get your pussy moist. It'd be very hard to talk my dick up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so I'm saying like that's not the thing that's gonna do it. So what would do it for you?
She's a pretty girl, but she's not my type.
What does that mean?
Too fat, what does that mean?
Too short?
She's not. You've seen her. She's not fat, and she's exactly the same height as girls that like. I guess whether dumb or smart, I guess I need them to be a little bit more interesting. Like she has a lot of conversation for me.
But to fuck her, why does she need to be interesting to fuck? That seems counterintuitive.
It is a little. Actually, no. She doesn't entice me.
But why? I'm trying to get to the thing.
I think she's a pretty girl, but I don't want to fuck her.
Is her pussy wet and tight? I mean,
that's
good enough.
It's not that easy for me. Like,
that's what I'm trying to like figure out. Like, what is if she could change like one thing to like change your mind? Like, what would it be?
If you want to be a fuck piece, I don't expect to hear no from you.
Okay.
That's a fair point. I'll give you that.
So like anything I want to try or do, we're doing it, right?
Okay, and she's not down for that.
This is the one that wasn't down for the ass stuff, right?
I mean, you ain't exactly got to be down for the ass stuff, but like, yeah, you got to be down for some ass stuff.
Come on, if she wasn't down for anything,
I'll grant you that. I'll agree with you on that. That like, if you're the side fuck piece, like, no isn't like outside of like you just respecting like
if you're trying to work your way into my normal rotation,
let me
if
ask
you're trying to be a fuck piece,
be
a fuck piece. You're not like the
pussy's not hard for me to come by. Like, I want some ass.
Because you're not asking like, hey, can I shit and piss on you like that? Yeah, okay, no, obviously, but it's like you're probably asking pretty reasonable like sex.
So she's not down for any ass stuff. Okay, so have you like tried to change your mind?
It's not that important for me to. I told you she's not exactly my type.
I
so,
know,
like,
but if
you might
you
get her
have
in there, get a
you're
finger in her
Mr.
ass.
fucking negotiation. Like what? You haven't even tried to like negotiate with her?
you have to have like, all right, bro. So
Cause like what if she could be down, but like she hasn't. She's
She could
not
just be a shy
comfortable
bitch.
because
Alright,
she hasn't.
like,
She doesn't know.
She hasn't had a real man fucking give her options. before.
Yeah.
okay. Like oh man.
she's basically throwing her
All right,
pussy
I
at
got
you,
a good
dog.
example. I got a good
Yeah.
example. All right, Rosie O'Donnell's throwing her pussy at you.
Okay.
You
That-
taking?
No, because Rosie O'Donnell's way fat. She doesn't have a womanly shape, which is where I lose attraction. You still have to have a womanly figure to you. If Rosie O'Donnell was like 200 pounds lighter, maybe we could talk, but I'd have to see what that would look like.
I don't know. Like I just.
Because
Just being willing is not enough.
I see where you're
guess,
trying to
like-
go with that, but the problem is like you're saying this girl is like at least physically attractive, but her everything
Kinda.
physically enough attractive where you'd be like, okay, I could like I wouldn't not fuck her because I don't find her physically attractive. There's something in her personality or lack thereof that's bothering you and keeping you from fucking. But I'm saying like I don't care about any of that if I'm just fucking you. If it's going to become more than that, or if your goal is to turn her into like side girlfriend for you in the relationship, I could see that concern where you're like, okay, she's got to offer maybe a little bit more than just fuck. But even still, it's like if she like, because to me, it's like if you're in a relationship and like you're doing the like kind of thing where it's like y'all are slinging it at other people or doing outside thing, like they should essentially, assuming it's not like a poly thing where you're like, I'm going to date this person also, and blah, blah, blah. To me, I always equate it like they're the equivalent of a sex toy. Like you pull them out for the act of sex, and then they go back in the drawer.
You buy a sex toy for what you want to do to it.
Mm-hmm.
Fair, and that's where I agree with you.
It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit my usage.
Yeah, but our thing is what we're trying to say is
But
like, why haven't you tried to entice her?
But could you
though, with
use
that?
it? It doesn't fit your prime usage, but maybe on like a rainy day, you might be like, you're like, I'm not a cock ring guy, but maybe next Thursday, like I feel like throwing on a cock ring just for the hell of it.
I don't know.
Wow.
I've thought about it several times, and it just.
Because
Jay, what do you think?
What do you have to lose, really? If you sling dick at it and it's bad or it's good or whatever,
well,
it's like,
You might be
he just
doing a
doesn't
better
wanna
job of
stay in the
talking, getting her some dick than she is right now. Like,
Wait. I want to hear what Jay had to say.
I think Uche is just hesitant because he knows if he fucks her, she's gonna be a stalker and she's gonna stalk his wife.
No.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's holding
That
him.
already occurs.
Okay,
then that's fair.
Then that's fair. That's if it's a
Yeah.
concern that she's gonna be like fucking addicted and a problem after you actually give her some dick.
Right, because if she's stalking him now and she hasn't had the dick, right?
Yeah.
She's already attracted to him. Can you imagine what's gonna happen once she does get that?
But how good is
He's
that sex gonna be,
have to
Jay?
have the cops involved.
How
if
good
you-
is that sex
That
gonna be?
What
it
if-
should be, but if you're outright already telling me no, it's probably not that good.
Wait. How about this?
fuck?
How about this compromise?
Wait. What was the no? You're like, hey, I like ass stuff. And what was it? Give me what her no was. Was it like, fuck no, I'll never do that? Or like, oh no, I don't do that. Like, what kind of no was it?
She was like, no, we don't do that.
I don't know. That's
Okay, I have the perfect compromise.
I wouldn't ram my dick in her ass, but
this
I wouldn't be convinced that fully that she's not into ass stuff.
Alright,
I would try and
alright.
slip a finger in
Let
and see
me-
what happens.
let
Maybe
me-
try that if you got a 6-incher. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I have a good compromise. Tell me if you think this would work. Tell her, okay, we can fuck, but we have to try one ass thing, and then we'll never fuck again.
Like you're saying.
what does that solve?
Wait,
That
wait.
solves the stalker
so
problem.
you're-
No, it
With-
does
No,
not.
it's like with the intention that you get to fuck one time and also do your thing, but then that's
I
it.
lay supreme fucking dick. Like, I just want to know that, like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Honestly, Irish,
Now,
you've made very good points. You've made me doubt myself in
now,
this moment.
Is it that you want to go like fucking yard on her ass and you like I guess what I'm asking is like
Yeah.
is because she's inexperienced at ass stuff, is it that you don't want to have to do the whole song and dance of like slowly like fucking, are you okay? Can I go more? Like, or do you want someone that's just like, if they're down for ass stuff and they're a side piece, you want them like coming in like, oh, here's my resume. Like, Because like I could see that as a concern maybe too. But
Wow.
Like, do you need some references? Like,
Oh my God,
fuck?
that is a great question. Wow, you're putting me through it. I have not thought about it from these many angles.
you want to know why? It's because we've been in
Dog,
fucking quarantine
you're
and we
over-
haven't been able to talk about the real issues in person.
You're-
These are the hard-hitting issues.
I think you're overthinking it. There's good soldiers
It's an
out there
election year.
that are getting no pussy. You could be getting some pussy from this chick at least. Maybe introduce her. Yeah, who knows? You slip a finger in while you're fucking her from behind in the ass, and she might be like, "Ooh, wait, what was that?"
She
and
can
then
be
you're like,
the
"Oh,
spokesperson
interesting." You
for
might be
all
the one.
the people like her.
Because you could turn stalker to your advantage. If she turns out being into the ass stuff and everything, then she is just your fucking sex toy that you use at your beck and call. Or if she sucks at it, you go like, I wasn't feeling it. Don't talk to me anymore. Whatever.
Yeah, or just be like, yo, we can fuck, but only when I hit you up. If
Like,
it's truly
or-
just a fuck, that's it.
Yeah. These are the rules, and
But
proceed
like,
how you will, but these are
it's-
the rules. Take them or leave
That
them.
has to be purely just fuck, nothing else. And then that might be some negotiations that can happen.
Because the no you're saying she gave you didn't seem super. It seemed like this sounds so like quasi ravey, but it didn't seem like a fucking like you know what I mean. It wasn't like a there's a difference between a like no and a like no, and that kind of seemed more like a no. And who knows? Maybe you go to fucking press the button, and she's like, "Whoa, don't fucking do that," and you're like,
But
okay,
get
lesson
verbal and documented confirmation in written form. Text yourself. Record the yes.
learned. Take a chance, Columbus did.
Oh God. Okay.
I mean,
Anyways,
you guys make some valid points. You guys might have
consent
gotten this girl
is
some dick.
important.
Like, you guys
We
might have gotten
do
this girl some
not
dick.
condone
Hey, you're gonna
rape.
dance with the devil. You might as well lead.
God damn.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
Let's see.
Jay,
Oh,
what you think?
the last one. Do the last one.
I mean, I agree. I agree with that completely. Like, I think you should definitely let her know what the vibes is. I mean, if he's already stalking you, so I figure you give her what she wants, and she's not gonna stalk you more. Because I guarantee you, the first time you fly your dick in her ass and she doesn't like it, she's gonna stop calling you. You don't even have to worry about it.
Problem solved there.
That's yet to happen. I lay some good dick.
Shit might be too good
But,
for
but
her
I'm
ass,
saying
is
though,
what he's
it's
saying.
gonna,
It often is.
gonna
It
hurt.
often is,
And
but
if
it
you
doesn't
type
stop
in
the
her
calls.
ass, then she's gonna stop calling you.
It never stops the calls.
If you just slide it in there and she doesn't want it,
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck puss too. I'm not just fucking ass. So they'll be like, yo, you can fuck some puss again, no?
I say just go for it. You know, just like smash, turn her over.
Yo, I feel like I have
Smash.
two
She's
devils
gonna
on my
hate it.
shoulders.
She's gonna stop
no
calling
angel.
you.
There's no angel on my shoulders. I got three. I got three devils on.
Fuck her in the butt.
Literally, I'm just like, get her, fire her. One for the butt, one for the butt.
Well, you know.
Yep, go for it, man.
Fuck. All right, fine.
I'm curious.
How does this turn into a mentor me session?
I don't know.
Hey, 'cause that's the thing you gotta understand is guys, like we all elevate together. As I learn shit, we all learn shit. As Karizmatik learn shit, we all learn shit. Because we just share that with each other and we go, oh fuck, I didn't think about that, or oh fuck, hey, I dealt with this that was similar and I did this, and then you're like, oh fuck, and like
And then
we all
on the
just
cherry
fucking-
on top.
That's by the way is like the closest form of like team guy that we have. Like, because that's the thing. Like, women really have this like sisterhood thing going.
Yeah, it's weird.
Guys, it's
Why is that
fucking
weird?
It's weird.
Guys, it's fucking honor among thieves. Like,
Yeah.
we don't stick together, and that's why like women win. Is because women will fucking like.
Why is a sisterhood thing weird? That's
weird.
primal.
It's
That's
no
primal.
for you guys.
for you guys, for
Yeah,
sure.
but that doesn't make it weird.
We're saying to us it's weird. We're not saying that it's inherently weird
not
to
the
us
way,
because
like-
it's not in our nature. It's weird.
Okay.
No, it's not weird where we're going like that's fucking wrong. Fuck you guys. We're
No,
saying it's weird.
no matter where a woman is put, she will build a family unit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is proven.
Yeah,
They will
yeah,
build a
yeah,
family
yeah,
unit.
yeah.
You got naturally that's how y'all run.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Not always the same. for men.
Guys will
You-
throw
Yeah,
each
yeah.
other under a
often-
bus for pussy. We don't give a fuck.
The most people you find living out in the fucking wilderness are guys fucking like, well, they just,
Yeah.
I don't want to be near anybody.
Well, and what the only like the only like quasi sense that you can like pull out of us is instigated by y'all. Like the classic example I could give would be like if you have like a guys versus girls like kickball game or baseball game or whatever, right? And anytime this happens, which gender is the first one to do the whole like woo woo, let's go, girls. Whoop their. It's always the women. The guys aren't the first ones to go like, yeah,
team guy.
Yeah, team guy. Fuck you, whores. We're better than you, weak women.
No, we don't give a fuck.
It's always some fucking woman on the girls' team that goes like, yeah, let's go. Oh, guys, what's the matter? And then immediately we go, oh, really, bitch? You want to fucking make it a physical game? We'll show you what's up, because it's like we're just fucking having a good time. But if you want to make it a sport, we'll remind you which gender is better.
Y'all often start that one, and like anytime, like anytime you get into any situation where there are a lot of guys and girls, it's always you guys that suggest first, guys versus girls, as if like
I never fucking want to do that shit.
Me either. Like let's mix the teams up and make this fair. Like, let's mix the teams up.
But again, you gotta look at your gender as a whole. Your gender as a whole, you're an exception to that.
Okay.
They're very much like, woo, girl power, do all that shit. We don't give a fuck. Like we're not like, yeah, team guy. We don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no. Team guy who? Because is it team white guy, team black guy? We have too many divisions.
You know what team guy I'm
we
on?
have too many divisions, yo.
Every guy is on team guy that's team me. It's
yeah.
I'm on whatever team guy is benefiting me. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it for us. It's honor among thieves with guys.
I want to know about Jae's gay excursion.
Oh, okay. Yo, Jay, so let's talk.
Why would you phrase it like that and set my man up for failure? How dare you?
That's exactly what Karizmatik told me to put down in the notes.
Jay understands being provocative.
I'm just fucking.
Jay understands being provocative, okay?
Okay. Is that like
you know
is that ebonics for sissy?
Until a gay guy hits on you, so.
Say that again. Say that again. This is very important. Say that again.
They said you're not really attractive until a gay guy hits on you.
Boom.
Fair.
Boom. Yo.
It's like the Ralphie May This Is Not Happening, where he went to a gay wedding and he's like, I used to think that the worst thing ever would be a gay guy hitting on you, and he's like, you know what's worse than that? A room of 200 gay guys on ecstasy not hitting on you.
Yes. That's awful. So like, bro, you ain't cute to nobody, and like guys can fuck anything. You ain't cute to nobody. Like,
dog,
goddamn.
It's a problem when I go to a drag show around Boston. It's a problem. Like the amount of people that come up and hit on me, like, I wish I was exaggerating. It's a problem.
See,
but like that's how you know you got it, G.
But I feel cute as fuck when I walk out of there. Let me tell you.
See, I don't feel cute. I feel like a fetish, but that works for me.
I'll take it. Fetish. Guys don't mind being fetishes.
I'll take it. Yo, you want BBG?
Like, have you ever had a problem with someone being like, oh, this person's just fetishizing you because you're a black man? You're like, wait. I'm sorry. So my dick's getting wet, right? Yes. Cool.
It's like, wait, I know many things my skin has not done for me. This thing is doing for me. You want me to be mad?
Yeah. And I'm getting pussy or ass?
Exactly.
Fuck off. Exactly my point.
I think that's what it was with this guy that hit on me too. I think his fetish was like big black guy, like,
turn a straight guy.
Wait. Describe the guy.
The guy was actually like a skinny guy, like small, skinny guy with like a.
Why are you surprised, Jay? Why are you surprised with what you can catch, Jay? What do you?
He's like a white guy, about 6'2", beard, long hair.
Not even. He's black. He's black.
Okay, Jay.
Right.
Okay, Jay.
He's trying to conquer the mountain.
Jay, okay.
I know, right? I think that's what it was.
Yeah, like a challenge.
Okay, well, let me not say I met him. We encountered each other on actually Bumble.
I don't know. Go back to Matt. Go back to Matt. Encountered his worst.
Wait, stop. He said he encountered him on Bumble.
Whoa.
Explain.
Yeah. But like, no, funny thing, right? I promise you. So, I don't know how like versed you guys are in Bumble.
I'm not versed.
A little bit.
Like three different
I
sections.
dabble.
So there's a networking section for work. There's a dating section where you meet, girls. Yeah. And there's a BFF section, right?
Hell yeah.
So I've never used Bumble before. So I'm on there, and I'm like getting all these girls or whatever, right? So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't want to because going back to what my boy said before, because I know how I am with women, I don't want women to fall for me. So I'm like, I don't want to talk to someone and then they're in love with me. I don't want that. So to get away from that for a little bit, I'm like, let me just find a really cool male friend that I can just kick it with.
It's hard, dude. It's like the dark side of the force fighting you when it's that available and easy for you. You're like, your fucking hands reaching for it, and you're like, no, fight it.
See, what we've learned here
exactly true.
is that the black guys are in more control.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean-
Where do you think I learned my shit from? Y'all. I learned all of this from you guys.
Sometimes you must avoid the
it's pretty much
frivolous
like
puss.
that,
Praise Almighty Patrice and Dante. Without them, I'd be fucking one of these dumb white cucks that's fucking kind of like, you're so beautiful. Can I buy you flowers? Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yo, continue though.
Yeah, so because of that specific reason where I didn't want to like add any more girls to my plate, I'm like, let me just find like a really cool friend that I can kick it with. Because unfortunately, my boy Karizmatik doesn't live here, so I can't kick it with him.
Yep.
So I'm like, let me go over to the BFF section. In my head, right, in my non-dating like head, I'm thinking BFF means best friend forever, right? So I'm like, cool, let's go over there.
Yeah.
So I go over there, and it's like, as I imagine in my head, all guys. So I'm like, okay, cool. So
Oh
I'm
no!
swiping.
Then he
I
got
saw
there and
like
realized it was
5 pounds,
boyfriend
and I'm
fat.
like, yo, no, I did not. So like, I'm swiping, right? So I swipe on 5 guys, and then in my head, I'm like, yo, this is fucking weird. You're sitting on the couch, drinking coffee,
spitting friend
swiping
game.
on guys. So I stopped.
Jay, you were spitting
So
game to
stop all
guys,
together, and I
dude.
put
There
it
you
together.
go, Jay.
Yo, you on
No,
Xbox?
that's my thing, right?
Jay's a vampire. He just slings dick at
Oh,
anything.
Wait, hold on. Jay, tell us how you pick up these guys. Did you say, yo, do you have an Xbox? like,
But like, bro, I didn't even try, like nothing. So like after I stopped swiping, like a couple days later, I see like you got a match. So I'm like, oh fuck, here we go again. Another
Here we
girl
go
gonna try to
again.
hit at me. So like I open the shit and it's this dude. So he's like, yo, what's up? So I'm like, nothing was going on. And he's like, yeah, chilling. He's like, how's Bumble going for you? I'm like, it's going pretty good. I met some girls or whatever. So I'm talking to the guy. So then stop talking to him. A few days later, I see a friend request for him on Facebook. So I'm
Huh?
like, how the fuck did he find my Facebook? Because it's not even on my Bumble profile.
Oh, that's a guy
He
trying
He
to
did
fuck.
some
No, straight,
searching, some
straight up,
creeping.
straight up, that's a guy trying to fuck.
Hey,
really bad.
We only put that
Exactly,
effort
right?
in
he
when it's
trying
like,
to slide in them
fuck.
DMs, dude.
Jay, did you have a dick pic up or something? Like, what the fuck?
Trying to like your profile picture.
No, I didn't. But because it's Bumble, and I know Bumble is curated by women, of course I put up some thirst trap pictures and shit, right?
Yeah.
So that didn't work to my advantage with this guy. So then later on, a couple days later, I see him watching like all my stories on my Instagram.
Holy shit.
So I'm like, how did you find my Instagram? So like eventually, I think at one point I was like, oh, you know what, fuck it. I'm hitting this guy because this is fucking weird. So I messaged him and I'm like, yo, what's up? He's like, oh, nothing much. I'm just chilling. So like I look at the guy and I have a pretty good sense of like, you know, a gay guy. So I'm like, this guy looks kind of gay, but I don't want to like jump to conclusions. So I mess and I'm whole time I'm
Shout
talking
out.
to him. I'm like trying to get out. I'm like, good. So did you meet any girls down there? He's like, I've met some people. I was like, okay, cool.
Some
He's like, what about you? I
people.
said, I met some girls. We met up and shit. So then I asked him some more qualifying questions, but he like sidestepped all of them. So eventually I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to ask him. I'm like, yo, be real with me. Are you into like girls or guys? He's like, I'm into guys. I was like, all right, cool. Listen, I have no problem with that. I'm like, I have a lot of gay friends. I'm cool with it. I'm like, just know that I don't go that way. I have no problem being cool with you. He's like, all right, cool. I appreciate that. I appreciate you letting me like tell you the truth and you're not judging me. I'm like, nah, we're cool.
Yep.
A few days later, he's like, yo, let's go grab some drinks on me. I was like, I'm sorry, what? Great. I was like, nah, I'm good on that. You know, it's not a problem. And then he's like, yo, I see you like Marvel. I wear a lot of DC t-shirts as well. Then he sent me a picture of him in a DC shirt. I was like, this is kind of weird. So then I stopped hitting him up. He stopped hitting me up.
Oh,
Then
man.
we like went our separate ways. Few weeks ago, he's back on my shit again. So I'm like, yo, what's up? Then he's like, oh, nothing. Then he added me back. But I'm like, listen, just so you know, I don't swing that way. It's never gonna change. Like, I don't mind being cool with
I
you.
am honest,
But I'm never
confident in what I am
never
saying.
gonna-
I'm not being cute. I'm not trying to lead you on. I don't go
This
that way.
is who
Yeah,
I
like
is.
none of that.
Yo.
Like, I'm not playing hard to get. Like, I'm not, I don't want you to chase me. Like, there's nothing going on here.
I'm not a big
But
tease.
like, I was like, yo, And it's really funny because like while he was messaging me, I looked up at the TV because I was at work. I'm like, yo, are you on TV? He's like, yeah, I'm a news anchor. I was like, this nigga. So I was like, yeah, it's cool to know someone that loud, but I'm like, listen, at the same time, like, I don't go that way.
Yo, you think he'll come on Kingz?
Yeah, this was great, right? Like, women always complain about, like, oh, guys are so aggressive when they come at us. It's like, y'all don't have to deal with gay guys hitting on you.
Yeah.
That's the most aggressive form of a guy.
A guy that has to hunt guys?
Because they're just like, fuck.
Exactly.
Gay guys are literal cavemen. Ooh, fuck. And they're like, ooh, fuck. But, like, with taste.
Yeah.
Lots
Like,
of
It's true. It's true because, like, he was coming heavy, man. Like, the man was still checking on my... I mean, what made it weird for me is that, like, even though, like, he unfollowed me at one point, he was still watching my snaps. I'm like, I've known girls to do that to me because girls are like, oh,
you know what it was?
Shit,
You know what it was?
But like they're still checking my shit daily.
Is that fucking fucking meme
God.
or whatever where it's like Wolverine and he's like fucking in bed and he's holding the picture or whatever and it's just but he's Wolverine, he's holding a picture of Jae.
That's exactly what it was. I'm like, yeah, this guy's
Oh
thinking
my
about me like
Oh my
when we're
God.
not even like following each other. Like that to me was like, yo, I'm good on it.
He wanted to make you gay, Jay.
but that's very
Apparently,
very
but- and I'm
womanly
like-
to
and I
think
was
he
talking
could
to one
turn
of my friends
him.
the other day.
Turn
And I'm
from
like,
Ray
yeah,
J
I
to
don't know
Gay
what
J.
happened. Like, I just don't know.
Jay, you're too popping. It's transcending boundaries.
It really is, bro. And then after I grew the beard, it was a wrap after that. Like at that point, I was like, I gotta stop.
Yup. Yo, you be putting in fucking work, yo.
Hey.
I'm curious, Jay, what do you think? Because
But the thing,
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no, I was gonna say it's just like what you said earlier. It's like when you realize when it clicked like the Matrix that it's just easy to get girls. Like I've literally like had to stop myself from like talking to them because I know that they're falling for me and I don't want them to. So like I've literally had to
It
be
do
like,
be like
yo,
that sometimes. It do be like that sometimes. There's some guys like that too, man. Let me tell you.
I know why. I just came upon
What?
the reason why.
What,
Okay.
why you won't fuck that chick?
Yeah.
He thought about it. He got
Okay.
you thinking.
No,
Yes.
you really did.
I love stirring the pot, man.
Because what I've learned, because in my time with dealing with women, what I learned is that you can't like throwing your sausage into the pot. You've thrown your sausage into the pot already. You kind of tainted it already. You know what I'm saying? So like, if there are better fish in this pool, for me.
That
And
doesn't make
why,
sense.
Why can't you have your fish and cook in the pot?
You're
also?
fishing either too.
No, I want to make sure I can secure the other fish before I.
Well, wait. Are you saying? Are you saying that if you
Oh, I
go for
get
this
you.
one fish, it might scare the school of fish?
I
off?
know how women think. You can poison the pot that way.
So, okay, so you think that
That's true.
you're hunting sardines right now, and you think that there's a
I have
chance you
one.
could get tuna?
I have a small lake in which I'm hunting sardines in. And if you catch one of the sardines, the other sardines are like, yo, this motherfucker likes catching sardines. Let's stay away
But
from
I'm saying,
the
like,
motherfucker.
you're going after a sardine when there's a chance you think you get like a largemouth bass, but you want to make sure that you can't get the largemouth bass before you pull the trigger on the sardine.
Because all the other fish gonna scatter.
That's fair. I'll give you that.
Okay, that's fair.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Like, because when you're that small of a
But
pool.
but
like,
are you sure that the bass are in play?
pretty sure?
Pretty sure. Okay, then that's fair. That's fair to hold
Yeah.
out on the sardine then. Because you can always go. You can always miss out on the bass and go to the sardine. You can't always miss out on the sardine and go to the bass. That's fair.
Okay.
Jay, I'm curious. What do you think? Because I always get in this argument with women all the time. What do you think about the concept of a 50-50 relationship?
Meaning like you.
Do you think it exists?
You both put in. Say that again.
Do you think it exists? Because there's women that think that they go like, oh, it's different but equal. But I believe in a 50-50 relationship, and I always tell them, I don't think that that's a real thing at all. Because how can anything move forward if things are 50-50?
Right, because you're just gonna stay in the middle. Like you're gonna stay stagnant,
Right.
neutral, pretty much.
And so,
So yeah, I agree with that. Like you can. It does. I don't think it exists. It blurs the lines way too much if you do that. Because with certain women, like if you're 50-50, then she's gonna feel like she has a certain amount of say as to the things that you have a say to. So like if you're like, okay, I want to do this, she can say, well, no, I don't want to do that because you're no longer the guy making the decisions. Now you're my equal. So I can go back at you if I wanted to. But if you're like 80 and she's like 20, then you can make that decision because you're superior.
Facts.
Because you're a higher percentage.
So is it safe
You know
to
what I
say
mean?
that?
So I think once you do 50-50, it blurs the lines.
Is it safe to say then that you would agree that women can't lead the relationship? You got to lead it, or it's fucked.
I would say, yeah, the men have to lead to a certain extent.
I would say his history is taught.
It's funny. I was watching Andy Fiance the other day, and the African guy was telling the girl, like, listen, in my culture, you don't lead. I lead. He's like, you can advise me, but in the end,
Oh, you were watching 90 Day Fiance.
No, and that's the perfect way to put it.
You were watching. Hey, it was a Nigerian. You talk about my people.
Oh my God.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like I'm sorry. African men. This is the way we're brought up. Honestly,
it's the tribal system. The tribal system understands hierarchy at every level. Like, you respect the elders, you respect the genders, you respect the hunter-gatherers. Like, every role has, and like, I even think Patrice, but he's like, you know what, some women have problem with the whole equal better thing. He's like, how about this as a better way? He goes, he's like, you have your value.
See,
Yeah.
me, I was watching on 90 Day Fiance, and at first he wasn't putting it the right way, and then he put it the right way, but he said it in an African way. He's like, you can't tell me what to do. You can only make suggestions.
Yes.
So basically, it's
Correct.
and it's not saying, like, in our culture, women hold a lot of power, but it's knowing how to present your information that is key. Because, like, a child can never say no to the parents, so you have to tell them in a different way that what they're saying is not correct.
It's a slightly, you know what it is? It's a slightly democratic dictatorship. Like, you're making the decisions, but you have a trusted council of advisors around you that you go, I will hear what you have to say, and the only reason I'm hearing what you have to say is because I respect what you have to say, hence why you're in the position that you're in. So, like, I will, and know that I'll take what you say seriously, but ultimately, I'm going to make the call that's best for everyone, for us.
In my culture, if your wife makes a suggestion and you don't listen and everything goes wrong, people are going to look down upon you. You understand what I'm saying?
So there's even a more pressure to make sure if you're going to pull the trigger on that you have your shit in check.
You're getting, like, if you're going to respect her as your wife, you can respect her enough to hear what she has to say.
Yes.
And if she is correct and you ended up being wrong and you didn't really hear her out, you're fucked. Like, everybody in that village will take her side. You're done.
It's so wild to me that going, like, on a on a history level, like, I think that the two cultures that had, like, the best sort of system when it comes to women are African cultures and Viking cultures, because both of them held their women in, like, very high regard. Like, Viking cultures, for example, like, the women, like, if they found their husband was doing shit that was, like, and I'm gonna paraphrase here, they obviously didn't use this language, but if they found their husband doing, like, faggy stuff, like wearing a dress or stuff like that, the woman could just divorce him and take all of his shit. Also, like, when the men would off to, all the men and stuff would go off to raid, so the women had to stay behind. They knew how to fight. Like, this is a big misconception too. Everyone does this whole, like, there were shield maidens that went out and fight. No, there wasn't. The women knew how to fight, and they stayed home because someone had to defend the fucking place. All the men were off raiding and shit, so you just had kids and women at home. The women knew how to fight, but they weren't off raiding and doing all this stuff, because if the women are off raiding, they're going to die, and then who's making more warriors and shit? Yeah. But if the men go off and they die, like, the woman while the man's away, she has full, like, rights, ownership, and running of the farm, the homestead. Like, it's as if it's hers. And then if the guy dies, it's hers. Like, and she's like, it was a very equal society, but, like, everyone had their role, they had their values, and it just worked. There was, like, a very respectable nature on both sides. Yeah,
I mean, like, in my culture, if the man in the relationship dies, the woman is completely allowed to own the property.
She's the head of the household.
She's the head of the household, yeah.
And like, respected. It's not like a condescending, like, oh, like, she's the head of the household thing. Yeah. It's like, no, they're a voice.
My grandmother, may her soul rest in peace, she recently passed. Like, if she said something, like, my father's the head of the household, but if she said something, like, you instantly see him stop.
Yeah. He
has to reference that he is being spoken to by a matriarch.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You can't just avoid that. No.
That's how it is in my culture,
respect for
too.
the hierarchy.
Yeah.
It's like he's the man of the household, but there is one above him. And
He understands that there is, like, even though he runs the house, there is a respect level higher than his.
Yes.
It goes down, like, in my culture, too, like, where you sit at the table. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, obviously you have your head, but if they're, like, my grandmother would always sit at, like, the other head with my dad. Like, you know what I mean?
It wasn't your
and,
mom,
and it was my mom's mom, but because she was
my
the
father
oldest.
would sit
You
at
know
the
what I mean?
head, but the oldest, regardless of gender, would say the prayer.
Yeah. Yep. Same.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We're all different, but the same.
Correct.
Dang, man.
I don't know.
I feel like we done covered so much of Jay's life, but there's
Yeah.
still so many stories to
I
go
had, like,
over.
that was an
man.
hour, like almost an hour and a half.
Yo.
Oh, there's a lot, man.
There's a
That
lot.
felt like
Leave.
5 minutes.
And there's so much more, but I think this is a good place to,
Yeah.
naturally wrap for
Jay,
this
come
time.
back
Day. We're
and hang
gonna
out
have
with
to
us
have-
again.
Let's get him back on like fucking next week. Or some
Listen,
shit.
I'm
We got
more
dates
than happy to
fill,
come
homie.
back.
Yeah.
Man. It's cool kicking it with you guys.
Dude, right
Yeah.
back at you, man. I've fucking
Thank
talked to you for
you.
hours. We'll get,
Oh, yeah.
we'll get back on. Yeah, we got a bunch of fucking openings in the next couple weeks, so we'll get back on a couple times and just keep fucking talking shit and diving in. 'Cause
Oh
it's-
yeah, no, definitely. Just get shout the word and I'll be there.
All
Oh,
right,
yeah.
bro. Thank you, dog.
Very good.
Love you,
Anytime,
bro.
man. Appreciate it. Have a good day, guys.
You
Oh, yeah,
too, my
thank you,
man.
sir.
Yo, so this has been another installment of the Kingz Podcast. I've been yours truly, Karizmatik.
I've been Irish O'Neal.
Money Moush.
And that was my boy Jae Johnson. Catch him at Edward Marvin on IG and Jae Johnson, Jae Johnson on Facebook. And join us for the next Kingz Podcast, And
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio.
fuck
Goodbye.
us.
Banks stay smuggling funds from the public for the turf war against Arabs with AKs busting. Oil fields flooded. Black boys searching for ways out, rapping the kid day.